Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here, and welcome back to a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be counting down the top 5 battles that Nya has partaken in throughout Ninjago's history. Now, of course, just a quick disclaimer, this will be the 6th and final video that I do in this series, where I go ahead and break down the top 5 battles of every single ninja, and in this video, much like my other videos in the same series, we will only be talking about battles that are specifically related to the certain ninja at hand. For example, big giant team-up battles will not be included in this countdown for obvious reasons. I don't really feel like they belong in videos like this. So for example, the final battle of season 6 will not be included in this video despite the actual role that Nya played in that battle. These battles are just the top 5 battles that Nya herself has partaken in. Of course, 1 or 2 allies are fine here and there. I'm not really going to be disqualifying those types of battles, but big team-up battles are not going to be included on this list. And for another thing, this is all just my own opinion. I believe that your guys' list will heavily differ from mine, so naturally you guys shouldn't really get too bent out of shape about this, as this is just my own opinion and it's my own list. You don't have to agree with it, and when the video is done, you guys can go ahead and list off your top 5 favorite battles down below in the comment section. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it and take a look at the top 5 Nya battles. So in the number 5 spot, we have Kai and Nya versus Achronix and Crux. This battle was pretty early in season 7 storyline, which of course belonged specifically to Kai and Nya. Achronix and Crux had just kind of regrouped and reformed their plan, and Kai and Nya kind of stumble across what they're trying to do there, and they do stumble across the fact that they have Cyrusborg held hostage. Naturally, this wouldn't really play off well for either of the ninja, so a fight breaks out. As a brother-sister combo, I feel like Kai and Nya do a really good job at, I guess, backing each other up and playing off of each other's power sets. Again, fire and water are pretty much opposites in the real world, but in Ninjago, they couldn't be more of the same. Kai and Nya are actually a really good team, and this battle absolutely shows that. They don't really have, I guess, a spotlight above each other. They both kind of share in the glory here. Of course, Achronix and Crux aren't really pushovers either, and they go ahead and do their best to combat the fire-water combo. Overall, I really like this battle, but it's definitely not my favorite on the list. It's pretty small scale, and it really doesn't have that big of an impact riding on it, so in my opinion, this battle really isn't all that great, but it does have some great action, and again, it has some great teamwork coming from Kai and Nya, so I wanted to put it on the list, and it's in the number 5 spot for that reason. In the number 4 spot, we have Nya versus Clouse. This battle comes from season 4 of Ninjago, where Nya was trying to blend in with Chen's Kabuki, and unfortunately she actually got found out. Because of this, Clouse was pretty much hunting her down, and when he eventually found her, a battle on the rooftops took place. And that's really what I enjoy about this battle specifically. The actual fighting isn't really all that much there, it's more just Nya running away from Clouse with a few instances of really cool hand-to-hand combat. But overall, I really love the spectacle of this battle. The actual environment is really great. Running on top of rooftops is something that I kind of associate with ninja, so Nya was doing this before she was even part of the team. So in my opinion, that's pretty ninja material right there. And also her fighting. Naturally, she is trained in skill just like her brother, and Clouse is also a really good warrior, so the actual fight itself was pretty evenly matched, with Clouse maybe holding a little bit more above Nya than what Nya could offer, but she did hold her own, and naturally the battle ended when she ran off into the woods. So yeah, overall this battle was pretty much just Nya running, but for the brief instances that she was fighting, it was a pretty enjoyable time to see, especially considering how the hand-to-hand combat was really well done, in addition to the actual, again, the scenery of the entire battle. Overall, I really like this. It's one of my favorite and most memorable moments from season 4, and that's why I decided to go ahead and put it in the number 4 spot. Next up in the number 3 spot, we have Nya and Misako VS.Garmadon. This battle is not really one that I see a lot of people talking about, but it's actually one of the most memorable moments of season 8, at least for me personally. When Garmadon was revived, he was obviously on the hunt for young Master Wu, and that's where Misako stepped in. She tried to go ahead and protect Wu from Garmadon, but when Garmadon actually found them, Nya stepped in order to combat Garmadon while Lloyd escaped with young Master Wu. Overall, this battle was really cool because Misako and Nya were not really two people that I expected to see in the same battle, but they actually play really well off of each other. I'm not really sure what their dynamic means, but overall I really do like their teamwork. And again, Nya is great with working with people, as proven with the Kai and Nya battle that we talked about earlier on the list, as well as some other examples that we'll get to later. But overall, this battle showcased how she fares against an overpowered evil being, because in a previous battle she was fighting off basically regular humans with some sort of elemental power. In this battle, she's against Garmadon. Of course, she has help, but still still, she was able to hold her own. Even when it seemed like things weren't going to go all that great for Nya in this battle, she still holds off her own against Garmadon with the help of Misako. Nya doesn't really use her elemental power too much in this fight, which I do kind of find strange, but she does use it to go ahead and blast Garmadon away, pretty much ending the battle right there. So you can't really fault her too much on that. I really did enjoy this battle overall, and in my opinion, it's one of the most underrated moments of Season 8. Not a lot of people talk about this from what I've seen, and I'm not really sure why. This battle is really excellent, and it has a lot of great action, and it has an excellent teamwork combo between Nya and Misako. So in my opinion, more people should talk about this battle, as to me, it's one of the highlights of Season 8. And of course, with all that being said, that's why I went ahead and put it in the number 3 spot. Next up in the number 2 spot, we have Jay and Nya versus the Sky Pirates. A lot of you guys knew that this one was bound to be on the list, as I talked about it in my Jay video as well, because it's one of my favorite scenes in all of Ninjago. I just really love the Jay and Nya couple, and I really enjoyed this battle because it kind of emphasized how they feel about each other and what they mean to one another. And that's why I really do find this battle enjoyable. Not only does Jay put in a lot of work here, Nya actually puts in a lot of work too. One of the highlights for Nya, in my opinion, was the Nya versus Dogshank battle. And while it might not have lasted all that long, it was still really fun to see her actually break off from Jay and take on her own enemy, and an overpowered enemy it was at that, because Dogshank really isn't all that small of a villain. She actually does pack a punch, and Nya knows better than anybody. But it was also really cool to see how Jay and Nya actually fought together, and the actual final moments of them together in this battle were really sad and heartbreaking to watch, especially considering how Nya knew how she felt about Jay, and she actually went ahead and showed him in this battle. Towards the end, Nya opens up a portal and sends Jay through in order to go ahead and sacrifice herself, being captured by Nauticon for the greater good, because Jay would always come back later on in the season and end up saving Ninjago. So to that level, I can actually have some respect for her, as she knew what needed to be done, and in my opinion, it's the best fight of Season 6, if not one of the best battles throughout all of Ninjago. And of course, in the number 1 spot, we have Nya versus the Preeminent. This battle is probably one of Nya's most famous battles, and for good reason. This is when she finally unlocks her true potential and becomes a ninja, and in my opinion, she actually does a really good job, even though this battle is really brief. Overall, what happens is Nya suddenly has some flashbacks related to her water training and her childhood, and eventually finally realizes what she needs to do and unlocks her true potential. With this true potential unlocked, the other ninja gather around in awe and wonder as she basically destroys the entire Preeminent. So in reality, Nya completely destroyed an entire realm. That's actually really cool and really impressive. And even though I'm not really a big fan of Nya as a character, I don't really have any doubts that she is a powerful character regardless, and she actually did go ahead and prove this here in this battle. She drowned an entire realm and basically saved all of Ninjago from the Preeminent, so I can't really be too hard on her for that, because again, she actually does do a really good job as a water ninja, and this battle proves it right here. This is Nya's most famous moment, not only because she has a really impressive battle against an entire realm, but because she finds her identity here. Much like how the other ninja discovered their true potentials, this battle actually involves Nya understanding herself a little better, and with that, she is able to unlock her own elemental powers on a deeper level and naturally use them to drown an entire realm. Again, it's just really impressive, and I can't really fault Nya for that. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be putting this in the number 1 spot, and I can't really help that either. So for the number 1 spot, we have Nya versus the Preeminent. So thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. That has been the top 5 Nya battles according to my own opinion, but now it's time for you guys to go ahead and leave your thoughts down below in the comments. What do you think about my list, and how would you rank Nya's battles? I do feel like Nya kind of has a more limited amount of battles as opposed to the other ninja, but regardless, let me know what you think about all this down below in the comments, and hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for my other forms of social media. As always, big shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters, including once again the marvelous Jan. Thank you guys so much for watching this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that I bid you farewell.